Bill Maher has had it with woke progressives making everything about race. The comedian did not hold back on Joe Rogan's podcast, blasting some on the left and their fixation with skin color. Watch this.
And now every liberal kind of has to be a leftist. It's not, if you want to be on the team, you got to subscribe to the most fringe ideas that the team is promoting.
You can be woke with all the nonsense that now implies, but don't say that somehow it's an extension of liberalism.
Right.
Because it's most often actually an undoing of liberalism. I have always believed, as liberals do, for example, in a colorblind society, that the goal is to not see race at all anywhere for any reason.
Yes.
That's what liberals always believed all the way through. Obama, going back, Kennedy, everybody, Martin Luther King. That's not what the woke believe. They believe race is first and foremost the thing you should always see everywhere, which I find interesting because that used to be the position of the Ku Klux Klan, that we see race first and foremost everywhere.
Yeah.
So, again, you can have that position, but don't say that's a liberal position. You're doing something very different.
It's interesting because Bill Maher, Raymond, has become a contrarian once again, which is really how he started out. But he makes a good point that he misses the 90s liberals because, you know, those liberals you could have a conversation with and you could find common ground. And that was the point about having political discussions. But that's all but gone today, isn't it?
That is shot. But he's an interesting case study. Like Ronald Reagan, like my old mentor, Bob Novak, these were liberal men who over time watched their party and their allegiances shift so far to the left, they felt abandoned by the party. They really didn't change. The party moved and changed, and they became conservative. I think you see movements of that in the culture, Kennedy. I'm not sure if you're going to see it coalesce politically. Because if you look at the political the polls, people end up still going along ideological lines. But they're not drinking that way. They're not listening to music that way. They're not going to movies that way. So a cultural shift is happening. I'm not sure it's reached the political level yet.
But it's interesting because younger millennials and Gen Zers, they don't like it, do they? Because this all or nothing political spectrum, it's really just one side or the other. Do people that you talk to in D.C., do they feel that way?
Well, they think that there's no room for disagreement. And it kind of goes to something that Joe Rogan was mentioning, which is that the entire party is being dictated to by a fringe group of activists. And you consider that 50% of Americans consider themselves socially liberal. And yet, when you look at the breakdown on a lot of these cultural battles, that doesn't play out. 74% of Americans say they do not think that race should be considered as a factor in admissions. 80% think that it is inappropriate for a teacher to talk to a child about transgender issues. And yet those are the main party positions that the Democratic Party has taken at this point.
Yeah, and it was very interesting hearing those two men. And, you know, they both said that they had self-identified as liberals talk about the idea, the bastardization of gender-affirming care and how far over the line that has gone.
Right. I think this exemplified what you both are saying, which is that the party changed, the people haven't. And somehow with those same names, they've been bastardized. So people think, oh, I'm calling myself a liberal and I am aligning myself and identifying in a certain way, but their actual values don't play out. And it reminds me, you know, to the point of them missing the 90s liberal, well, that's when Clinton made it acceptable for a Democrat or a liberal to all of a sudden have corporate money, right? And Charlie Gasparino has been talking about this, that now even at the executive level, it's not just about the students anymore or people who are patting themselves about in the back as they attend protests and hold up signs on their lawns. It's trickling down into the boardroom where these executives are saying, with $1 million in their bank account, oh yes, I am a liberal, I am a communist, I'm a socialist because I feel this way. I feel women should have access to abortion. I feel that guns should be kept off the streets in these ways. That doesn't make you a communist. That doesn't make you a socialist. That makes you dead wrong and also ignorant because you are using these terms liberally without actual knowledge of what it means. To Kaylee's point, the majority of Americans are moderate. We are in the center, and yet the party, the Democrats, the left, that has what has hijacked what liberalism means.
Yeah, and to Emily's point, it started in universities, but as some of those students get older and get into corporate America and ascend the ladder, it's kind of scary to think what's going to happen in the next 10 or 20 years.
Well, look at what that's done to companies like Bud Light, an American beer brand that has pretty much been destroyed by somebody that was just so woke and went too far. You know, and the political argument as well, Raymond, I think that was interesting what you said, because I live in New York City. I have plenty of friends that are Democrats, and they're very moderate. And they're very upset by when they see the squad and some of the remarks and the tweets, whatever, from, not tweets, the posts on X from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, because they're so far out and so far away from what they believe as Democrats or liberals, to your point. So, you know, I think that the political side of it is a little concerning, and I think that there is a lot of power there. Whether or not it's just because AOC is really good at sound bites, I don't know. Yeah. But she certainly has resonated somehow.
Yeah, and you hope there are people, some louder voices within the party, within that movement, who want to push back and at least get us somewhere in the neighborhood of rationalism. Wouldn't that be lovely? Well,
hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.